Thank you, Nanok. Your Excellency, the President, the Deputy President, the Chief Justice, the party leader, ODM, and observing all protocols already established. Allow me, Your Excellency, also to congratulate you and the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, led by the chairperson, Clarice Oganga, for the very splendid job that they have done in putting together this framework for the reparation of victims of our past injustices. Your Excellency, I remember way back in 2023, when yourself and the late former Prime Minister, Raila Odinga, appointed us, 10 of us, to lead in the deliberations through the National Dialogue Committee. This and the question of the cost of living was one of the most sticking points that we took a lot of time and listened to very many Kenyans on. And I recall, Your Excellency, when we finalized the report and we made our way to Capitol Hill to present the copy of the NADCO report to the former Prime Minister. He took not less than 10 minutes speaking on this issue. And having appreciated the work that we had gone through and the issues that were raised in the NADCO report, I remember the former Prime Minister telling us, those of us who were in that room, in his boardroom at Capitol Hill, that the call for reparation was not a call for compensation. And he said there is no amount of money that you can give to compensate human life or even the loss of property. And he told us that reparations go beyond monetary compensation. It's about restorative justice to the people who have suffered human rights violations, injury, loss of life, and loss of property. And to join my colleagues, Honorable Junet Mohammed, the Chair, Kenya National Human Rights Commission, Professor Makau Mutua, who we engaged as a former chair of this commission, I must say that today is indeed a great day for our country. And allow me, Your Excellency, to thank you and pay glowing tribute to the former Prime Minister for his commitment and dedication to see that this day comes to fruition. Because beyond the NADCO report of 2023, when again we sat on the 10-point agenda, this issue was again topical amongst the issues that the former Prime Minister raised with you. Your Excellency, as Junet Mohammed has said and Makau Mutua have said, you are not the first president of this country to deal with this issue. But you are the leader and the president who has had the courage and determination to deal with the issue of reparation and restorative justice in our country effectively and with finality, Your Excellency. That courage we must commend you for. And I remember one of the people that we were with in NADCO Secretariat, at a point when we had a stalemate and we were asking, where would a country like ours with the economy that we have and had even then in 2023 get the resources to compensate victims of all past injustices? And I remember when we said we will go beyond 2023 demonstrations back to 2017, we asked ourselves, how do you even identify the victims? Where do you get the resources to compensate them? But Your Excellency, as the chair of the commission has said, and as the former Prime Minister told us, this is beyond monetary compensation. It is about restorative justice and making every Kenyan feel part and parcel of our country moving forward. Allow me, Your Excellency, to conclude by congratulating you again for your courage and confidence that this can be done within our lifetime. It took Your Excellency 2 weeks ago, again, to offer a national apology to the people of Northern Kenya for the historical injustices of marginalization And that takes leadership and it takes courage. It has taken you again, courage and the support of many of the people in this room, the Kenya National Human Rights Commission. And as I said, with immense tribute to the former Prime Minister, his courage to continue fighting for justice for Kenyans many who would never know the sacrifices that he had to go through to get this to fruition today. With those few remarks, Your Excellency, thank you and congratulations to yourself and the Kenya Human Rights Commission. As Junet Mohammed has committed, I will also commit as the leader of the majority in the National Assembly that whatever legislative proposals the Kenya Human Rights Commission will bring forth to enact into law, we will support for the betterment of our country. I look forward to a country, as Junet Mohammed, who keeps telling me he is a product of demonstrations and protests, that he would never want to see a nation without demonstrations and protests. But I look forward, like he does, to having processions, protests, and demonstrations that are peaceful, where people assemble in designated places. And Your Excellency, we must learn from Arsenal fans as much as you are an Arsenal fan together with my speaker. Recently, we saw droves of thousands of young people right in the middle of our central business district. They had their procession, celebrated, and left without anybody being stolen from or anybody's shop being looted, without a single vehicle being stoned, and without a single person among us, those who are in that procession, getting injured, arrested, or even killed. Recently, Your Excellency, you co-hosted the Africa Front Summit. We had demonstrators, some who were even imported from outside this country, because I saw a number of foreigners protesting in the central business district. Again, peacefully, and everybody left and went back to their businesses without any injury or harm. Even those who are protesting against acts of femicide in our country, Your Excellency, we have seen the same. How I look forward in the near future to having a country where we shall have processions, protests, demonstrate, and we all allow each other to go about our businesses, even as we remember that the men and women in blue, or rather in uniform, are also part and parcel of our national fabric and deserve respect. And I must thank the Kenya National Human Rights Commission, because I've seen in the report that they have also taken care of reparations also to victims who are in the armed forces or the uniformed and disciplined forces. With those many remarks, thank you, Excellency.